You can use this for a podcast, listening practice, or reading lesson. Have you ever been in a situation where you didn't know what to say? Maybe you wanted to start a conversation, but you felt shy or unsure. This happens to many people, especially when speaking English. Making small talk can feel difficult at first, but it is a very important skill. Small talk helps us start conversations and feel more comfortable with others. How do you feel when you meet someone new? Do you feel nervous? Do you worry about what to say at a party, at work, or in a job interview? Small talk is about having short, simple conversations. It is usually casual, light, and friendly. It is not serious or complicated. Small talk helps people connect and feel relaxed. You can use small talk in many situations. For example, you can talk about the weather with a stranger. You can ask someone how their day is going at work. These are easy and natural ways to practice speaking. When you learn a new language, small talk is one of the first things you learn. Why? Because small talk is the foundation of social communication. It helps you talk to people in everyday life. You can use small talk at a bus stop, in a meeting, or at a party. Small talk helps break the ice. It helps start conversations and build relationships. But how do you start? What should you say? It is normal to feel nervous at first. Everyone feels that way sometimes. But with a few simple tips, you can feel more confident very quickly. Let's think about common situations where small talk happens. Imagine you are at a party, and you don't know anyone. This can feel uncomfortable. But small talk can help. You can start with something simple like, "Hi, how are you?" Or, "What do you like to do for fun?" These simple questions are great icebreakers. Once the conversation starts, it usually becomes easier. Now think about meeting someone for the first time. You might ask, "Where are you from?" Or, "How did you get this job?" These questions are easy to ask and easy to answer. They help you find common interests. People usually like talking about themselves. So asking open-ended questions is very helpful. For example, "What do you do in your free time?" "Have you traveled anywhere recently?" These questions help the conversation continue naturally. Small talk is also important at work or in professional settings. Before a meeting, you don't need to talk about work right away. You can start with something friendly. For example, "How was your weekend? Did you enjoy your holiday?" These questions help create a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. They show that you care about the other person. Even though these questions are simple, they are very important. They make people feel comfortable and respected. After that, it becomes easier to talk about work topics. Now let's talk about small talk in everyday places like a coffee shop or a store. You may not know the other person, but you can still connect. You can say, "Nice weather today, isn't it? I really like this cafe. The coffee is great." These comments are easy and natural. Small talk in these situations is usually about daily life. You can talk about the weather, your city, or things around you. These topics are easy for everyone to understand. With practice, small talk becomes easier and more natural. The more you try, the more confident you will feel. Remember, the goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to communicate and connect with people. Small talk is useful at work, but it is also very helpful in everyday life. We use small talk when we talk to strangers, friends, and family members. Imagine you are at a grocery store and you see someone you know. You have not seen this person for a long time. At first, the situation may feel a little awkward. You may not know what to say. This is where small talk can help. Small talk can turn an awkward moment into a friendly conversation. You can start with simple sentences like, It's been a long time. How have you been? I didn't expect to see you here today. These short sentences show interest in the other person. They help the conversation begin naturally. If you know the person a little better, you can ask more personal, but still polite questions. For example, how is your family? Did you have a nice weekend? It is important to be curious, but not too personal. This helps keep the conversation relaxed and friendly. Now think about situations like waiting in a waiting room or standing at a bus stop. These places are usually quiet, and people may feel bored. It may seem like there is nothing to talk about. But even in these quiet moments, small talk can help. It can make the time pass faster and feel more pleasant. For example, if you are waiting for the bus, you can say, "Do you take this bus often? This bus is always late, isn't it?" These comments are very simple, but they are effective. They help break the silence. You do not need to have a long or deep conversation. Even a short chat can make waiting more comfortable. Now let's talk about small talk in a classroom or while studying. When you are in a class or a study group with people you do not know well, small talk is very helpful. You can ask questions like, "How did you find the homework? What do you think about this topic?" These questions show interest in other people's ideas. They can lead to longer discussions. Small talk in a learning environment helps everyone feel more comfortable. It helps students connect with each other and work together more easily. It is also a great way to practice your English, especially when you talk to people from different backgrounds. Small talk is also very common at events and social gatherings, such as weddings or parties. At these events, you may not know many people. You can start a conversation by talking about something around you. For example, "The decorations look beautiful, don't they? Have you tried the food? It's delicious." These simple comments are easy and friendly. They can lead to longer conversations. If you are talking to someone for the first time, you can ask about their connection to the event. For example, "How do you know the bride and groom? What brought you to the party today?" These questions are polite and easy to answer. They do not make the situation uncomfortable. Small talk is also very important when you are traveling. Imagine you are in a new city or a new country. You may not know anyone, and everything feels new. Small talk can help you feel more confident. You can use it to ask for directions or recommendations. For example, you can say, "Is this a good place to visit in the city? Do you know where the nearest coffee shop is?" These simple questions can help you find useful information. They can also help you meet new people. Small talk makes unfamiliar places feel friendlier. It helps you connect with others and enjoy new experiences more easily. Remember, small talk does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be simple, polite, and friendly. Small talk gives you a chance to practice your language skills in real-life situations. It helps you use English naturally, not just from books. Small talk can also help in serious situations. For example, imagine you are at a doctor's appointment or speaking to a customer service worker. These situations can feel stressful or formal. Before talking about the main problem, a little small talk can help. You can say, "How are you today? I hope you're having a good day." These simple sentences help create a friendly feeling. They make the conversation more comfortable and less stressful. Small talk helps build a good connection with the other person. This can make the whole experience more pleasant. Small talk is also important in digital communication. Think about sending a message or email to someone you do not know well. How you start the message really matters. Instead of starting directly with a request, you can begin with something friendly. For example, "Hi, I hope you're doing well. How is your day going?" These small sentences make your message sound polite and warm. Whether you are sending an email or chatting online, small talk helps start the conversation positively. Learning how to use small talk takes time and practice. You also need to understand where and when to use it. Now let's look at some real-life situations where small talk helps you communicate better and build stronger relationships. At networking events, small talk is very important. Networking events help people meet others and make professional connections. These events can feel intimidating, especially if you are new. Small talk can help you feel more relaxed. You can start with simple questions like, "How are you enjoying the event so far? Have you been to events like this before?" These questions are easy to answer. They help both people feel comfortable. After that, you can slowly move to more serious topics. For example, "What brought you here today? What kind of projects are you working on right now?" These questions show interest and help you learn about the other person. You may also discover shared interests. Now let's talk about meeting new neighbors. Moving to a new area can feel overwhelming. You may want to introduce yourself but feel unsure. Small talk makes this easier. You can start with a friendly greeting like, "Hi, I just moved in next door. How long have you lived here?" This simple question can lead to useful information and a friendly conversation. You can continue with questions like, "Are there any good restaurants or parks nearby? What do you like most about living here?" These questions help you connect with your neighbors. They also help you make a good first impression. Small talk can also happen on public transportation. Long bus rides or train journeys often place you close to strangers. Not everyone wants to talk, but some people enjoy small conversations. You can begin with a neutral and friendly comment like, "It's a busy day today, isn't it? This train is quite full today." These comments are simple and safe. They help pass the time and can make the journey more pleasant. Small talk is not about saying the perfect thing. It is about being polite, friendly, and open. With practice, it becomes easier and more natural. Here is a simple, long, and clear rewritten version in Easy English, a 1A2 level. It works well for listening practice, podcasts, or beginner learners. You can also ask simple questions like, "Do you take this route often?" If the other person seems interested, you can continue the conversation. You might ask about the city or the place they are going to. For example, "Is there anything you recommend seeing in this area?" These short conversations may seem small, but sometimes they lead to interesting talks. They can even turn into new friendships. Now let's talk about small talk at work, especially during coffee breaks or lunchtime. In professional settings, these moments are a great chance to connect with coworkers. Small talk during breaks is not only about work. It helps build friendly relationships. You can start with light topics like, "Did you watch the game last night? I heard there is a new cafe nearby. Have you tried it?" These questions are easy to answer. They create a relaxed and comfortable atmosphere. Over time, these short conversations help build strong working relationships. They can also lead to better teamwork and cooperation on projects. Small talk is also useful when talking to service workers. This includes cashiers, baristas, hairdressers, or shop assistants. A simple question like, "How is your day going? It must be busy today." These sentences show kindness and respect. They make everyday interactions more pleasant. If you visit the same cafe or store often, small talk can make your visits more enjoyable. You might ask, "What's your favorite drink here? Have you tried the new dish they added?" Sometimes, these conversations help you get personal recommendations. Small talk is also helpful in classrooms or workshops. If you are taking a class, small talk helps you make friends and feel comfortable. You can begin with comments like, "This topic is really interesting. What made you join this class? Have you taken a class like this before?" You can also ask practical questions, such as, "Do you know a good place to study around here?" Have you used the resources the teacher talked about? These conversations help you build friendships. They also make learning more fun and engaging. Small talk is very useful when there is an awkward silence. Have you ever been in a conversation that suddenly stopped? Everyone feels uncomfortable in these moments. Small talk can help fix this situation. You can talk about what is happening around you. For example, at a party you might say, "The music is really good here. Do you know who chose it?" In a meeting, you could say, "This presentation is very detailed. Have you worked on something like this before?" These simple comments help restart the conversation. They make everyone feel more relaxed. Finally, let's talk about small talk in different cultures. When speaking with people from different cultural backgrounds, it is important to be careful and respectful. In some cultures, people like to talk about family or hobbies. In other cultures, people prefer talking about work or news. A good way to start is with neutral topics. You can talk about the weather or a shared experience. Then, listen carefully and follow the other person's style. If you are not sure what to say, keep your questions polite and general. For example, "What do you like most about living here? Have you been here for a long time?" These questions are safe, friendly, and easy to answer. You can also ask questions like, "Have you traveled anywhere interesting recently?" These kinds of questions show curiosity and respect. They help you learn about the other person without crossing personal boundaries. One great thing about small talk is that it often leads to deeper and more meaningful conversations. A simple question can open the door to many topics. For example, if you ask, "What is your favorite type of food?" This question might lead to a conversation about travel, culture, or personal memories. Another example is asking, "What do you like to do in your free time?" This can lead to talking about hobbies, goals, and personal interests. The most important skill here is listening. When you listen carefully and respond with interest, the other person feels valued. When people feel that you truly care, they are more likely to share more with you. However, not everyone wants to talk all the time. Some people may give short answers or seem quiet. That is completely okay. If someone does not seem interested, respect their space. You can politely end the conversation by saying, "It was nice talking with you. Have a great day." Remember, small talk is about creating positive moments. Do not take it personally if someone does not want to continue talking. Small talk is a skill that improves with practice. Every conversation is a learning opportunity. The more you practice small talk, the better you become. You will learn how to read social signals, adjust your words, and feel more confident. Over time, small talk helps you build meaningful connections with others. Now let's talk about small talk in professional settings. In the workplace, success is not only about skills and knowledge. Good communication and friendly behavior are also very important. Small talk plays a big role in how coworkers, managers, and clients see you. Imagine you arrive early for a meeting. You are waiting with your manager or a senior colleague. This is a great chance to use small talk. You can start with something simple and professional, such as, "I'm looking forward to today's meeting. What do you think about the agenda? It's nice to work together on this project. How has your week been so far?" These questions are polite and professional. They also show interest and enthusiasm. As the conversation continues, you can move to broader topics. For example, "Have you noticed any new trends in our field recently? I read an article about this topic and found it very interesting." These conversations leave a positive impression. They show that you are friendly, informed, and confident. Small talk can also help reduce stress at work. During busy days or long meetings, a light comment can help everyone relax. For example, you might say, "It's funny how coffee becomes our best friend during busy weeks like this." Simple humor like this can ease tension and help people feel more connected. Finally, small talk is especially important when working with international colleagues. In today's global world, people work with others from many cultures. Small talk helps build bridges between different backgrounds. Being polite, patient, and open-minded makes communication easier and more enjoyable. With practice, small talk becomes natural. It helps you feel confident, connect with others, and succeed both socially and professionally. It is suitable for podcasts, listening practice, and spoken English lessons. Understanding small talk in different cultures needs care and awareness. In some cultures, asking about family or personal life is friendly and polite. In other cultures, these questions may feel too personal. Because of this, it is important to find the right balance. A good way to start is with neutral topics. These topics are safe and comfortable for most people. For example, you can ask, "What do you enjoy most about working here? Have you visited many places since moving to this city? What is the food like where you are from? I would love to try something authentic." These questions show interest in the other person and their culture. At the same time, they give the other person space to share only what they feel comfortable sharing. Over time, small talk can grow into trust and understanding. This is very important for teamwork, friendship, and working well together. Now let's talk about active listening. Small talk is not only about asking questions. It is also about how you listen and respond. Active listening helps the other person feel respected and valued. When someone shares something with you, respond with interest. For example, if they talk about a recent trip, do not just say, "That's nice." Instead, you can say, "That sounds amazing. What was your favorite part of the trip?" If someone shares an opinion, acknowledge it. You might say, "I hadn't thought about it that way. Can you tell me more?" These responses show that you are really listening. Active listening turns small talk into meaningful conversation. It also helps you remember details about the person. You can use these details later. For example, "Last time we talked, you said you were planning a hike. How did it go?" This makes people feel remembered and appreciated. Now let's look at small talk at social gatherings. Parties, weddings, and community events are great places to meet new people. But they can feel scary if you do not know anyone. The best way to break the ice is to talk about the situation around you. For example, you can say, "This place is beautiful. Have you been here before? The food is great. Do you know if they have a special dish? I like the music they're playing. Do you know if they take requests?" These comments are easy and natural. They help start a conversation. After that, you can move to light personal questions. For example, "What have you been busy with lately? What is the most exciting thing you've done recently?" These questions encourage people to share stories. This often leads to longer and more enjoyable conversations. At large events, you can also use shared connections. For example, "I think we both know the same person. How did you meet them?" This creates an instant connection. It often helps you find more things in common. Now let's talk about using small talk to overcome first-day nerves. The first day at a new job, school, or club can feel overwhelming. Small talk can help you feel more relaxed. You can introduce yourself with a smile and a simple sentence. "Hi, I'm new here. How long have you been part of this group?" This shows interest in others. It also invites them to share their experience. As you meet more people, pay attention to what they say. Later, follow up in another conversation. For example, "You mentioned you've been here for a year. What advice would you give someone who is just starting? This makes your conversation feel natural and friendly. Remember, small talk does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be kind, simple, and respectful. With practice, small talk becomes easier and more enjoyable. I noticed you are really good at this skill. How did you learn it? Small talk like this helps you build connections. It also makes you seem friendly, open, and willing to learn. Small talk online, connecting in a digital world. Today, small talk is not only face-to-face. In our digital world, we also use small talk online. Small talk is useful in Zoom meetings, online classes, and on social media. In online meetings, you can start with simple icebreakers such as, "Where are you joining us from today? I see a lot of books behind you. Do you enjoy reading? The weather here has been very strange this week. How is it where you are?" These questions help people feel relaxed and included. On social media, you can start conversations by commenting with real interest. For example, "I love the photos from your trip. What was your favorite part? Your recent project looks amazing. How did you come up with the idea?" Online small talk helps you grow your network. It also helps you stay connected when meeting in person is not possible. Dealing with small talk anxiety, especially for introverts. If you are an introvert, small talk may feel tiring or scary. This is normal. The good news is that you do not need to be loud or outgoing to be good at small talk. One helpful tip is to prepare simple questions in advance for common places. For example, at a coffee shop you can ask, "What is your favorite drink here?" At a gym you can say, "How long have you been coming here? Do you have any tips for a beginner like me?" At a bookstore you might say, "I see you're looking at this section. Do you have a favorite author?" When you focus on the other person, you feel less pressure. You do not have to talk all the time. Also remember, small talk does not need to be long. Even a short, friendly conversation can leave a good impression. Small talk while traveling, connecting on the go. Traveling gives you many chances to use small talk. You can talk to people at airports, on trains, or in new cities. Start by looking around and commenting on something nearby. At an airport you can say, "It's always busy here. Are you traveling for work or for vacation?" On a train you might say, "I enjoy the views on this route. Do you take this train often?" At a tourist place you can say, "This place is beautiful. Have you visited other attractions nearby?" These questions are open-ended. They allow the other person to share their experience. As the conversation continues, you can ask for tips or give recommendations. For example, "I'm looking for a good restaurant around here. Do you have any suggestions? Your travel bag looks very useful. Do you have any must-have items for trips like this?" Small talk while traveling helps pass the time. It can also lead to helpful advice and even new friendships. Sharing travel stories often creates a quick connection. Small talk with service workers, building friendly connections. Talking politely with service workers like baristas, cashiers, or waiters makes everyday life nicer. It also helps improve your communication skills. Next time you order coffee, try adding a friendly comment instead of only saying your order. For example, "Hi, how is your day going? It looks busy today." These small comments show kindness. They can brighten someone's day and make your interaction more enjoyable. Remember, small talk is about being friendly, respectful, and curious. With practice, it becomes natural and enjoyable. You always make my morning better. How is your day going so far? These friendly sentences make people feel good. At a grocery store, you might say to the cashier, "It's been very busy today. Do you have any time off coming up?" These conversations are short and light. but they leave a positive feeling. Over time, regular small talk with familiar people creates a sense of community. People start to recognize each other and feel more connected. For example, if you go to the same restaurant often, you can say to the server, "You always know the best dishes here. Do you have any new recommendations to try?" These small conversations make everyday interactions more personal and enjoyable for everyone. Small talk at networking events, making a strong first impression. Networking events are made for meeting new people. Small talk is the first and most important step. Walking up to someone new can feel scary. But starting with a compliment or simple observation helps break the ice. For example, you can say, "I really enjoyed your presentation earlier. How did you get the idea? This event is very well organized. Have you attended before?" Once the conversation starts, you can move towards shared interests. You might ask, "What inspired you to choose this career? What is the most exciting project you are working on right now?" Good networking conversations go both ways. So share a little about yourself too. You can say, "I'm currently learning more about this field. It's interesting to hear how others solve similar problems." When the conversation ends naturally, try to leave a good final impression. For example, "It was really nice talking with you. Would you mind if we connect on LinkedIn? I'd love to continue this conversation sometime." Turning awkward moments into small talk opportunities. We all experience awkward silence sometimes. This can happen while waiting in a long line or riding an elevator with a stranger. These moments are actually great chances for small talk. In a long line, you can say, "I always choose the longest line without knowing it. Does that happen to you too?" In an elevator, you might say, "It's funny how everyone gets so quiet in elevators, isn't it?" These comments are light and often make people smile or laugh. They help break the tension. After that, you can continue with a simple question. "Do you work in this building? It seems like a very busy place." Awkward moments happen to everyone. Small talk turns them into chances to connect and share a little humor. Practicing small talk to build confidence. Small talk is a skill. Like any skill, it gets better with practice. Start with short conversations with people you see every day. This could be neighbors, coworkers, gym staff, or even strangers. Little by little, your confidence will grow. One helpful idea is to prepare simple topics in your mind. For example, at the gym you can ask, "Do you prefer morning workouts or evening workouts?" At the grocery store you can say, "This place gets busy in the evenings, doesn't it?" These simple questions are easy to use and easy to answer. Remember, small talk does not need to be perfect or long. It just needs to be friendly and natural. With regular practice, small talk becomes easier, more comfortable, and even enjoyable. "You always make my morning better. How is your day going so far?" These friendly sentences make people feel good. At a grocery store, you might say to the cashier, "It's been very busy today. Do you have any time off coming up?" These conversations are short and light, but they leave a positive feeling. Over time, regular small talk with familiar people creates a sense of community. People start to recognize each other and feel more connected. For example, if you go to the same restaurant often, you can say to the server, "You always know the best dishes here. Do you have any new recommendations to try?" These small conversations make everyday interactions more personal and enjoyable for everyone. Small talk at networking events, making a strong first impression. Networking events are made for meeting new people. Small talk is the first and most important step. Walking up to someone new can feel scary. But starting with a compliment or simple observation helps break the ice. For example, you can say, I really enjoyed your presentation earlier. How did you get the idea? This event is very well organized. Have you attended before? Once the conversation starts, you can move towards shared interests. You might ask, what inspired you to choose this career? What is the most exciting project you are working on right now? Good networking conversations go both ways. So share a little about yourself too. You can say, I'm currently learning more about this field. It's interesting to hear how others solve similar problems. When the conversation ends naturally, try to leave a good final impression. For example, it was really nice talking with you. Would you mind if we connect on LinkedIn? I'd love to continue this conversation sometime. Turning awkward moments into small talk opportunities. We all experience awkward silence sometimes. This can happen while waiting in a long line or riding an elevator with a stranger. These moments are actually great chances for small talk. In a long line, you can say, I always choose the longest line without knowing it. Does that happen to you too? In an elevator, you might say, it's funny how everyone gets so quiet in elevators, isn't it? These comments are light and often make people smile or laugh. They help break the tension. After that, you can continue with a simple question. Do you work in this building? It seems like a very busy place. Awkward moments happen to everyone. Small talk turns them into chances to connect and share a little humor. Practicing small talk to build confidence. Small talk is a skill. Like any skill, it gets better with practice. Start with short conversations with people you see every day. This could be neighbors, coworkers, gym staff, or even strangers. Little by little, your confidence will grow. One helpful idea is to prepare simple topics in your mind. For example, at the gym you can ask, do you prefer morning workouts or evening workouts? At the grocery store you can say, this place gets busy in the evenings, doesn't it? These simple questions are easy to use and easy to answer. Remember, small talk does not need to be perfect or long. It just needs to be friendly and natural. With regular practice, small talk becomes easier, more comfortable, and even enjoyable. Have you tried this brand before? Is it good? At a park, you might say, this place is very peaceful. Do you come here often? You can also practice answering common questions. For example, when someone asks, how are you? Instead of only saying, fine, thanks, you can say, I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? Have you been doing anything interesting lately? Practicing small talk helps you become better at conversations. It also helps you feel more comfortable in social situations. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. The role of body language in small talk. Words are important, but body language is also very important. Smiling, making eye contact, and using open gestures show friendliness and interest. These signals make people more willing to talk with you. For example, when you introduce yourself, a friendly smile creates a good first impression. Standing or sitting in a relaxed way also helps. When you are listening, leaning slightly forward shows that you are paying attention. Be careful with body language that may stop conversation. Crossing your arms, looking at your phone often, or avoiding eye contact can make others feel ignored. Small changes in body language can make a big difference. They help your small talk feel more natural and successful. Small talk at social gatherings, breaking the ice in groups. Parties and community events are great places to practice small talk. The best way to start is with a comment that includes everyone. For example, at a party you can say, the music tonight is great. Does anyone know who chose it? At a community event, you might say, There are so many people here. Have any of you been to this event before? These questions invite many people to join the conversation. Once the group starts talking, you can guide the conversation naturally. If someone says they have been to the event before, you can ask, "What was the best part for you? Do you have any advice for someone here for the first time?" In group conversations, it is helpful to respond to people's ideas. If someone shares something funny or interesting, you can say, "That's a great point. That story made me laugh. I can relate to that." Positive responses keep the conversation friendly and active. They help everyone feel included. Group conversations can change topics quickly. Pay attention and follow the flow of the conversation. Small talk in professional settings, making a good impression. In the workplace, small talk helps create strong connections. It can lead to better communication and teamwork. You can use small talk before meetings, during breaks, or at company events. Before a meeting, you might say, "This agenda looks interesting. Which topic are you most excited about?" During a break, you can say, "It's nice to take a short break. Have you been working on anything exciting recently?" At a company event, you could say, "These events are always well organized. It's nice to see everyone together outside of work. These topics are safe and professional. They help start conversations and make a positive impression." Remember, small talk is about being friendly, attentive, and respectful. With practice, it becomes easier and more enjoyable. Small talk at work, balancing professionalism and friendliness. Making small talk at work is all about finding a balance. You want to be friendly, but also keep the conversation relevant. Here's how you can do it. Start with work-related questions. Begin the conversation by asking something related to your colleague's role or projects. This shows interest in their work. Example, "I've been diving into a new project, and it's really challenging but interesting. Have you ever worked on something similar?" Share a little about yourself. After asking a question, it's good to share a small piece of your experience. This helps build a sense of reciprocity. Example, "I recently started learning a new skill, and it's been fascinating. What about you? Do you enjoy exploring new things in your role?" Transition to personal interests gracefully. Sometimes work conversations naturally move toward hobbies or personal life. That's okay, embrace it politely. Example, "It's interesting that you enjoy photography outside of work. Do you feel it helps you stay creative in your professional life too?" End on a positive note. Always finish professional small talk with something positive. This leaves a good impression and encourages future conversations. Example, "It's been great talking with you. Let's catch up again soon." Example, "I've learned a lot from this chat. Thanks for sharing your insights." Small talk online, building connections virtually. In today's digital world, online small talk is just as important as in-person conversations. Whether on a video call, in a group forum, or through messaging, the same principles apply. Start friendly and relatable. Begin with a light, relatable comment about the setting or situation. Video call example, "Your background looks so cozy. Is that your home office?" Group forum example, "This is such an active discussion. What brought everyone here today?" Messaging example, "Hi. I noticed we're both part of the same project. How did you get involved?" Pay attention to tone. Online messages can be misunderstood. Use clear language, and sometimes emojis, to convey warmth. Example, "That's such a great idea." Example, "I completely agree. It's challenging, but worth it." Share and ask. Make the conversation engaging by sharing a bit about yourself and asking for their thoughts. Example, I recently started learning about this topic. Have you explored it before? Conclude positively. End online small talk just like in person, leaving a friendly impression. Example, it's been great chatting. Let's connect again soon. Example, thanks for sharing your thoughts. I found it really helpful. Small talk with neighbors, building community. Talking with neighbors is a simple but powerful way to create a friendly community. Start with easy, everyday observations, then expand the conversation naturally. Start simple. Use shared spaces or common experiences to start the chat. Mailbox example, looks like we got a lot of flyers today. Have you tried any of these local services? Yard example, your flowers are blooming beautifully. What's your secret? Park example, it's such a nice day for a walk. Do you come here often? Find common ground. Once you start talking, explore topics that interest both of you. Example, have you heard about the farmers market this weekend? I've been meaning to check it out. Example, the neighborhood is changing so quickly. Have you noticed? Share interests or ask for tips. As trust grows, longer conversations may develop. Share your hobbies or ask about theirs. Example, I'm trying to improve my gardening skills. Do you have any tips for beginners? Example, I noticed you often walk your dog. How long have you had them? Build a friendly connection. The goal is to create a positive, ongoing relationship. Friendly small talk over time strengthens community ties. Small talk with neighbors, building everyday connections. When it comes to talking with neighbors, consistency matters. Even short greetings can make a difference. Simple greetings build trust. Saying, good morning, or, how's your week going, regularly shows friendliness. Over time, these small gestures help build trust and make the neighborhood feel warmer for everyone. Ask about them lightly. You can show interest without being intrusive. Example, what's your name? You seem so friendly. Example, I see you often in the garden. Do you have any tips for a beginner like me? Small, consistent interactions create a sense of community. Small talk while traveling, connecting with strangers. Traveling is full of opportunities for friendly conversations. Whether on a plane, train, or exploring a new city, you can make small talk that is light, polite, and enjoyable. At the airport. Airports are great places to start a conversation because people are naturally curious about their journey. You can ask universal and simple questions. Are you traveling for business or leisure? Looks like the flight's delayed. Have you been to this destination before? If the person responds positively, you can follow up with something personal but still light. I'm visiting family. Do you have any tips for must-see places? I've heard the food here is amazing. Do you have a favorite dish? On a train or bus. Conversations on public transport can be short but meaningful. Start with observations or compliments. This route has such beautiful scenery. Do you travel this way often? I noticed the book you're reading, it looks interesting. What's it about? Once a connection starts, share a bit about yourself. I love historical fiction too. Are you a fan of that genre? I'm visiting for the first time. What do you think is the best way to get around? Even brief interactions can leave a lasting positive impression if you end with a friendly comment. It was great chatting. Enjoy your journey. Exploring a new city. When sightseeing, small talk can be as simple as exchanging pleasantries with locals or other tourists. This museum is incredible. Have you seen the new exhibit yet? The weather's perfect today. Are there any hidden gems around here you'd recommend? Open-ended questions like these encourage detailed responses and can help you discover new places or experiences. Example response: thanks for the tip. What's your go-to order at that cafe? Example follow-up: do you know if they're open late? I'd love to stop by after dinner. These conversations can enrich your travel experience and create friendly connections. Small talk with service workers, appreciating everyday interactions. Talking to service workers like baristas, cashiers, or taxi drivers is a simple way to show respect and brighten their day. Since these interactions are usually brief, keeping your tone warm and your words clear is key. At a coffee shop or cafe, start with a compliment or question about their menu. You always make my latte just right, thank you. Do you have a favorite drink you recommend? You can also comment on the atmosphere. This cafe has such a great vibe. Do they host any events or live music? Even short conversations like these leave a positive impression and make everyday interactions more enjoyable. Small talk with neighbors, building everyday connections. When it comes to talking with neighbors, consistency matters. Even short greetings can make a difference. Simple greetings build trust. Saying good morning or how's your week going regularly shows friendliness. Over time, these small gestures help build trust and make the neighborhood feel warmer for everyone. Ask about them lightly. You can show interest without being intrusive. Example: what's your name? You seem so friendly. Example: I see you often in the garden. Do you have any tips for a beginner like me? Small, consistent interactions create a sense of community. Small talk while traveling, connecting with strangers. Traveling is full of opportunities for friendly conversations. Whether on a plane, train, or exploring a new city, you can make small talk that is light, polite, and enjoyable. At the airport. Airports are great places to start a conversation because people are naturally curious about their journey. You can ask universal and simple questions. Are you traveling for business or leisure? Looks like the flight's delayed. Have you been to this destination before? If the person responds positively, you can follow up with something personal but still light. I'm visiting family. Do you have any tips for must-see places? I've heard the food here is amazing. Do you have a favorite dish? On a train or bus. Conversations on public transport can be short but meaningful. Start with observations or compliments. This route has such beautiful scenery. Do you travel this way often? I noticed the book you're reading, it looks interesting. What's it about? Once a connection starts, share a bit about yourself. I love historical fiction too. Are you a fan of that genre? I'm visiting for the first time. What do you think is the best way to get around? Even brief interactions can leave a lasting positive impression if you end with a friendly comment. It was great chatting. Enjoy your journey. Exploring a new city. When sightseeing, small talk can be as simple as exchanging pleasantries with locals or other tourists. This museum is incredible. Have you seen the new exhibit yet? The weather's perfect today. Are there any hidden gems around here you'd recommend? Open-ended questions like these encourage detailed responses and can help you discover new places or experiences. Example response: thanks for the tip. What's your go-to order at that cafe? Example follow-up: do you know if they're open late? I'd love to stop by after dinner. These conversations can enrich your travel experience and create friendly connections. Small talk with service workers, appreciating everyday interactions. Talking to service workers like baristas, cashiers, or taxi drivers is a simple way to show respect and brighten their day. Since these interactions are usually brief, keeping your tone warm and your words clear is key. At a coffee shop or cafe, start with a compliment or question about their menu. You always make my latte just right, thank you. Do you have a favorite drink you recommend? You can also comment on the atmosphere. This cafe has such a great vibe. Do they host any events or live music? Even short conversations like these leave a positive impression and make everyday interactions more enjoyable. New hobbies with the kids recently? Small talk with strangers, finding common ground. Small talk with strangers is a useful skill in everyday life. It often starts with the shared situation around you. Starting with the situation. It looks like it's going to be a long wait. Do you come here often? I can't believe how busy the store is today. Were you able to get everything you needed? After that, you can gently move to common interests. I've been meaning to check out the new items here. Have you tried any of them? These short exchanges can build rapport and sometimes lead to longer conversations. Small talk at a coffee shop or cafe. Coffee shops are perfect places for light and friendly small talk. Starting the conversation. Use a simple observation about the place or the menu. The line is moving fast today. I'm glad it's not too crowded. That new pastry looks amazing. Have you tried it? Following up. If the person seems friendly, ask about their order. Do you have a go-to drink here? You seem to know exactly what you want. Is there a drink you recommend? Keeping it light and positive. I always struggle to choose here. What's your favorite? I've been coming here for years, but I still haven't tried everything. I really need to change that. Even short conversations can feel pleasant when you stay relaxed and positive. While waiting in line or for service. Waiting in line can feel awkward, but it's also a chance to connect. At least the line is moving quickly today. This place is always busy at this time, isn't it? Small talk in stores, starting friendly conversations. When you're in a store or browsing shelves, it's easy to start small talk with someone nearby. Have you seen anything interesting on this shelf? I love this store because they always have so many options. What's your favorite section here? These simple questions are friendly and natural. They show curiosity without pressure and can lead to a short, pleasant chat. Small talk at public events or conferences. Public events and conferences are great places to meet new people, especially because you already share a common interest. Breaking the ice. A good way to start is by commenting on the event. The speaker was incredible, right? What did you think? There are so many people here today. Have you attended this conference before? What did you think about the presentation on this topic? Keeping the conversation going. You can talk about your goals or interests. I'm hoping to learn more about this topic today. Are you here for a particular reason? This event has been very informative. I'm excited to use what I've learned at work. How about you? Because public events allow more time, conversations can become deeper. I'm curious, how did you get interested in this field? I really liked the practical tips from the speaker. Have you had similar experiences? Ending on a positive note. Always end politely. It was great chatting with you. Enjoy the rest of the event. Thanks for the great conversation. I hope we meet again soon. Small talk in casual social settings, making new friends. Casual settings like meetups, sports events, or community clubs are perfect for making new friends. At a sports event or game. Since everyone is there for the same reason, starting a conversation is easy. What a game! Have you been following this team for a long time? The crowd is so excited today. Do you come to many games? Follow up with more questions. What do you think of the team's performance today? This is my first time at this stadium. Do you have any tips for a new visitor? Small talk at social clubs or group gatherings. Hobby clubs, volunteer groups, or community events are great for bonding over shared interests. Starting the conversation. This group is amazing. How did you first get involved? I'm really glad I found this group. What's been your favorite activity so far? Going deeper. Ask about their personal experience. I've just started learning this hobby. How did you get into it? It's inspiring to hear your story. Do you have any advice for a beginner? These conversations often lead to strong connections and long-lasting friendships. Why small talk matters. Small talk helps you feel more confident in social situations. Build trust and rapport. Turn strangers into friends. Enjoy events and gatherings more. Even short, simple conversations can grow into meaningful relationships when you stay open, friendly, and positive. Small talk while traveling, easy conversations on the move. Traveling is a great opportunity to meet new people and practice small talk. When you share the same journey, it's easy to start a conversation naturally. Talking about travel preferences. You can begin by asking simple questions about travel styles. Compared to driving, what's your favorite way to travel? I'm new to this route. Do you have any advice for first-time travelers? If the conversation continues, you can share a personal experience. I once took an overnight train through the mountains. It was incredible. Have you ever done a long-distance trip like that? Traveling is such a great way to meet people. Do you have a favorite trip or destination? These questions are friendly and invite the other person to share stories. Small talk at airports and train stations. Airports and train stations are busy places where many people are waiting. This shared experience makes small talk feel natural. Starting with the waiting experience. It feels like every flight is delayed today. Have you been waiting here long? There's such a buzz here during the holidays. Are you visiting family? Talking about travel tips and logistics. You can ask practical questions that many travelers relate to. I always struggle with packing light. Do you have a secret for fitting everything into one bag? What's your favorite way to pass the time during a long layover? Longer conversations while waiting. If you're waiting for a long time, the conversation may naturally become deeper and more personal. While I'm waiting, I'm trying to catch up on some reading. Do you have a favorite book you'd recommend? This trip has been on my bucket list for years. Is there a place you've always wanted to visit? These open-ended questions help keep the conversation interesting and relaxed. Ending travel small talk politely. Just like any small talk, it's important to end the conversation on a positive note. It was really nice talking with you. Have a great journey. Thanks for the chat. I hope you enjoy your trip. Ending travel small talk on a positive note. Travel conversations are often short, but ending them politely leaves a good impression. When it's time to go, use friendly closing words. It's been great chatting with you. I hope you have a safe and enjoyable trip. Thanks for sharing your tips. Maybe we'll cross paths again on another journey. A warm goodbye makes the interaction memorable, even if you only talked for a few minutes. Small talk in professional settings, navigating the workplace. Small talk is very important in professional settings. It helps build trust, create positive impressions, and strengthen relationships with colleagues, clients, and employers. Knowing how to speak politely and professionally can make workplace interactions much smoother. Starting conversations with colleagues. At work, small talk often begins with casual and friendly questions about the day. How's your day going so far? Did you manage to finish that big project you were working on? The weather has been really nice lately. Are you planning anything fun for the weekend? Talking about work topics. Work-related topics are safe and effective. I saw the email about the new project. Have you had a chance to look at it yet? The team meeting today was very productive. What did you think about the ideas? These conversations can naturally become more personal. You mentioned last week that you're learning a new skill. How's that going? I heard you're working on a side project outside of work. That sounds interesting. Can you tell me more? Small talk with clients or customers. Small talk with clients helps create a comfortable and friendly atmosphere before discussing business. Starting politely. Thank you for coming in today. How has your week been so far? It's great to meet you. Have you been working with our company for long? Showing genuine interest. What are you hoping to achieve with this project? We'd love to help make this a success for you. I noticed you mentioned a specific service. What interests you most about it? This kind of small talk shows professionalism and care. Small talk at professional events and conferences. Networking events, conferences, and seminars are perfect places for professional small talk. Breaking the ice. This conference has been amazing so far. Which session has been your favorite? I'm new to this event. Do you attend it often? Discussing shared interests. The keynote speaker was fantastic. Have you tried using any of their ideas in your work? I'm here to learn more about digital marketing trends. What brought you to this event? Staying connected. If the conversation goes well, you can exchange contact information. It's been great talking with you. Let's exchange LinkedIn profiles and stay in touch. I'd love to hear more about your work. Maybe we can meet for coffee sometime. Small talk at airports and stations, busy but friendly places. Airports and train stations can feel busy and a little intimidating, but they also offer many chances for small talk because people share the same experience, traveling and waiting. You can start with simple observations. This place is really busy today. It feels like everyone is rushing. Are you traveling far? These simple comments can turn a busy environment into a friendly moment. Small talk in airport waiting areas. Waiting for a flight can take a long time. If you are sitting next to someone, it can be a good chance to talk. Starting the conversation. Begin by commenting on the situation around you. This airport is huge. I always get lost here. Do you travel through here often? It feels like every flight is delayed today. Have you been waiting long? Talking about destinations. You can ask about their travel plans. Where are you headed? I'm going to a destination, but I've never been there before. Do you have any tips? How often do you travel? This is only my second flight this year, so I'm still learning. Going deeper if they are open. If the person seems friendly, continue with travel-related questions. I love visiting new places. What's the most interesting place you've been to recently? Do you have any travel books or podcasts you recommend? Talking during delays or long layovers. Flight delays and long layovers can be frustrating, but small talk can help pass the time. Sharing the experience. Another delay. I'm starting to wonder if I'll ever get there. Do you experience delays often? I have a 5-hour layover here. Have you ever been stuck at an airport for a long time? Sharing stories. I once spent an entire night at an airport. What's the longest you've ever waited? I've had some great adventures in place. Have you ever been there? Talking about the city. If you are in a new city, ask for ideas. I've never been to this city, but I heard there's a great museum and park. Have you visited? If you had a few hours here, what would you do? Making connections at airport cafes or restaurants. Airport cafes and restaurants are great places to meet other travelers. Starting with food or drinks. This cafe has a great selection. Have you tried the sandwich? It looks amazing. I never know what to order. Do you usually stick to one favorite or try new things? Moving to travel and interests. I'm always looking for new places to visit. Do you have a favorite destination that's not very popular? I'm planning a trip next year but can't decide where to go. Do you have any suggestions? Asking for tips. I'm new to this airport. Do you know the best places to relax or shop? I've heard this airport has a great lounge. Have you ever been there? Using travel problems to connect. Travel doesn't always go smoothly, but small problems can bring people together. Travel never goes exactly as planned, does it? At least we're not alone in this delay. Laughing or sharing experiences can quickly create a friendly connection using travel problems to start small talk. Travel does not always go as planned. Flights get delayed, luggage gets lost, and plans change. These problems can actually be a natural way to start small talk, because many travelers are experiencing the same frustration. Talking about travel mishaps. You can begin by sharing what happened to you. I can't believe my flight got delayed again. I guess it's just one of those travel days. Have you had any crazy travel experiences like this? Lost luggage is another common topic. My luggage didn't arrive with me, so now I'm waiting for it. I've heard this happens a lot. Have you ever had your luggage get lost? These shared experiences can help you bond quickly. Following up the conversation. You can continue by asking how others handle travel problems. When my luggage gets lost, I try to stay calm and ask about compensation. How do you handle situations like that? I've started keeping a small travel emergency kit with snacks and toiletries. Have you ever been caught without something you needed? Sharing tips and experiences makes the conversation helpful and friendly. Small talk with hotel staff, building rapport during your stay. When staying at a hotel, talking politely with staff can make your stay more comfortable. Hotel staff often know the best places to visit and eat. Small talk at check-in or the front desk. The front desk can be busy, but a little small talk makes the interaction more personal. Starting the conversation. This hotel has a beautiful lobby. Is it new? I really like the design here. I've heard great things about the hotel breakfast. Do you recommend it? Asking about the area. If it's your first visit. I'm new to the city. What are some must-see places nearby? Are there any local restaurants or cafes you'd recommend? I'd love to try something authentic. Talking about special events. If you're staying for an event. I'm here for a conference. I'm excited but a little nervous. Do many guests come here for events? I'm attending a wedding this weekend. Is the hotel usually this busy? Small talk during your hotel stay. You may talk to hotel staff many times during your stay, at the concierge desk, during room service, or when asking for help. Being polite and friendly. Thank you for helping me with my luggage. Do you have any tips for getting around the city? I'm looking for a quiet place to relax. Can you recommend somewhere in the hotel? Using small talk when there's a problem. If something is not working, small talk can help keep the conversation calm and respectful. I noticed the heating isn't working properly in my room. Do you have any suggestions? I requested a wake-up call this morning, but I didn't receive it. Could you please check for me? Polite communication makes it easier to solve problems. Sharing travel experiences with hotel staff. Hotel staff meet travelers from all over the world. Sharing your experiences can lead to interesting conversations. I've traveled to a few different countries, and each one was so different. Traveling always teaches me something new. Do you meet guests from many countries here? These conversations can make your stay feel warmer and more welcoming. Talking about travel experiences and saying goodbye politely. When you talk with people during your trip, you may share your travel experiences and interests. This helps keep the conversation friendly and interesting. Sharing your travel feelings. You can talk about how you feel about the place. I've traveled to many places recently, and I think this city is one of my favorites. There is something special about this city. I really enjoy being here. You can also ask about their travel habits. Have you traveled much? Do you like traveling to new places? Talking about adventure travel. If you enjoy adventure, share your interests. I'm a big fan of adventure travel. I recently went hiking in the mountains, and it was amazing. Then invite them to share ideas. Do you know any good adventure spots around here? Are there any hiking trails or outdoor activities you would recommend? This kind of conversation often leads to helpful local tips. Polite small talk when checking out of a hotel. When your stay is ending, it's nice to thank the hotel staff and leave a good impression. Thanking the staff. You can say, "Thank you so much for everything during my stay. I really enjoyed my time here." Leaving a positive comment. You may also add, "This trip was wonderful, and I hope I can come back next year. You've been very helpful during my stay." Recommending the hotel. Ending with a kind promise is always appreciated. I will definitely recommend this hotel to my friends. I had a great experience here, and I'll be happy to stay again.